Thank you for coming today. I teach Buddhism. I learn in purelandschool.com. Anyone can learn there. I also recommend people to do this, but you could say that I teach this way too. I say this like it's a joke, of course, but I teach Buddhism for shy people, because shy people don't just want to join some kind of school they don't know and they don't trust, or they think, they doubt. So I show the teachings that we share in school, in our Buddhist school, so people can know what we learn and what we teach, so they can also join if they feel like doing so. Yeah, so I do these short videos for you guys in social media. So today, in my last video I explained a lot. I tried to just say a lot in a small video. And you may, if you watch this, you may have questions. If you do have questions, you can just comment one of my videos, either in Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. It's okay, or you can just ask me directly by message. But I haven't received any questions so far. So, and I also said in that video that I was going to explain a lot, and there is more explanation needed for that. But it's a lot, so I cannot just explain everything I said with more detail, because it would be like an hour or half an hour video, something like that. So little by little I will explain everything eventually, right? So here we have life, right? So I'm not sure you can read, but it says birth and death, right? So this is life, you know. You start your life, you start growing up and all that. Eventually you get older and you die, right? Like best case scenario, because we all know that this could be, you know, it could be an accident and you don't even get to get old. But whatever, like this, let's say this is the normal thing, right? The common human life. Now human life is like 80 years old or something. In the past it wasn't like that, you know. In the middle age, people were not living that long. They were dying like in their 50s or something, maybe younger too. So that's a good thing. We have a longer lifespan now. But what should we use this time for, right? So in our life we do many things. But yeah, I want to talk about that. It's quite deep. So first I will explain something easier for you to understand. When we have a weekend, when we have a funny weekend, the next weekend, how that changes our week. Let's say we have to go to school or college or university, or we have to work. Most people have something to do during the week and less things to do during the weekend, so they try to have fun during the weekend, right? And if we know that we are going to have lots of fun by going, I don't know, fishing, or I don't know, whatever, like we're going with friends to some kind of camping, and we know that that weekend is going to be fun. So that makes only the idea, you know, the idea of having this kind of weekend is already affecting us right now during the week before that weekend. So let's say today is Monday and we have a very funny weekend coming over. Even in two weeks, or I mean 2 weekends ahead, or there's going to be a concert, for example, like in a month from now, very important concert, like your favorite band. So that changes this whole time before that happens. It affects you, and because you know you're going to have lots of fun, you are like a little bit happier because you know something good is going to happen, right? So the same happens when we do not know what's going to happen, or when you know that something bad is going to happen. This affects you negatively. And yeah, so these are the two examples here. So his week and weekend, and then of course another week and another weekend, right? So first case, if weekend is fun, then we have a fun or easy week, or easier than normal. And then second case, if weekend is dark, I said dark because it's like unknown, or maybe we don't have any plans and we think we're going to be alone at home or something like that. And then we have an uneasy week, like, oh, like it's hard, I'm alone, I don't have a sweetheart, or I don't have friends, or whatever, or I don't have nothing to do because my friends are out of town, I don't know. So this affects us, the future, or the idea of what's going to happen or not, it affects the present. Yeah, so now I'm going to talk about this, which is pretty much the same, but in a larger scale. So during our life, like I said before, you grow older, you get stronger, you study, you do things, whatever, you discover things you like, you change them for other things you like better. Many things, you meet people, you say goodbye to people, many things happen in our life, but in time to time we have this question, we all have this question. Especially when we are facing life, death, life-threatening situations, when we may die, sometimes we just think about death as well, right? And we have these kind of thoughts. What will happen to me after I die? What will happen to me after I die? These are questions that we cannot answer by ourselves. Is there life after death? Is the next world, what comes next to dying? Is the next world a world of suffering? I don't want to die. That's the conclusion, because we don't know the answer for all of that. We just say, as a conclusion, I don't want to die. No one wants to die, right? Naturally. So we come to a point that I call rejecting death. I just try to put a name to that because it's very common. It's very common. People reject death. And what I mean by this is they do all of this. Let me read. Denying it. We deny death, or we don't talk about it, or we say to ourselves like, oh yeah, that's not going to happen to me. Deep in our hearts we have this feeling. And then not thinking of it, okay, so denying it, not thinking of it, distracting ourselves with other things, and then focusing on now, focusing on present. These are all not really like solutions to the problem of death, because death is a problem because it opens a very big question, which is the first one here. What will happen to me after I die? We live with these questions, guys. So we suffer because we have this question. We don't know what's going to happen. So no, it doesn't matter how hard we try to distract ourselves. We still have this problem unsolved. And this in Buddhism is called, all of these kind of thoughts and feelings, this is called the crucial matter of the afterlife. It's right here. The crucial matter of the afterlife. And here too. This another name is the same. The crucial matter of birth and death. It's called birth and death because in Buddhism there is only birth and death. There is no like nothingness, like you die and then nothing happens, like you stay somewhere, like you remain as nothing, you become nothing. It's not like that in Buddhism. So we are only born in order to die, and we die in order to be born again, but in different forms, not only as a human. Okay, but yeah, don't mind that for now. The thing is, these kind of questions, or in our mind, what is going to happen to me after I die, not knowing this is to have the crucial matter of the afterlife, and knowing that you have a problem called the crucial matter of the afterlife is the first step to start listening to Buddhism seriously. The starting point, the real starting point of listening to Buddhism is to realize that we all have a crucial matter of the afterlife, and we can only be truly happy, we can only gain true peace of mind once we solve this problem. So here it says, Buddhism is this. The purpose of Buddhism is to solve the crucial matter. I call it the crucial matter because it's the same, the crucial matter of the afterlife. Okay, so to solve the crucial matter of the afterlife and attain absolute happiness, because when you solve this, and I can only explain this through words, but it's never going to be enough. So you can only try to imagine, and it's never going to be enough because it's beyond imagination. But when you solve this problem, you have like a big relief, a big true peace of mind. You have gained absolute happiness, and you also cry at that moment. That is the call of that is the name. In Buddhism, it's called enlightenment. You know, to attain absolute happiness. There are more names too. To attain true faith, it's called like that too, or Shinjin in Japanese, Shinjin. So Buddhism is this. Buddhism exists because we are suffering, and we want to become happy, and we want to remain happy. We want to attain absolute happiness or permanent happiness. We don't want to be happy just for a while. We want to attain some kind of happiness that stays with us. And the only real happiness that will stay with you, with me, with everyone, is that kind of happiness that goes from this life to the next one, and the next one, and the next one, you know? It stays with you. It will not abandon you like everything else. Because everything else abandons. We call it half-truth. The things are called half-truth, like money, friends, family, anything, hobbies, anything you like or I like. These are called half-truths. Half-truths. Because they are true just now. In the future, you cannot take anything to the next life, you know? Even if you have like a whole empire of happiness, you have to go, naked, without anything, and to the next world, and then again, you know? So it's a kind of suffering, right? You have to build up everything again. But if you attain true happiness or enlightenment in Buddhism, you reach some kind of happiness which is supreme, actually. But also, more importantly, it will not abandon you. It will stay with you, right? And it will protect you as well. So what I want you to learn today is this concept, the crucial matter of the afterlife. So the starting point of Buddhism is to know, to be aware of the crucial matter of the afterlife. And the finishing point, finishing point, because you never really stop learning Buddhism, because Buddhism is very deep, but there is a finishing point, which is, it doesn't mean you are never going to learn anything new. It's not about that, but it's the purpose, the vertical line. Like you are walking like this in a horizontal line, and then you reach the vertical line. This is enlightenment. When you reach this point of enlightenment, that means you fulfilled the purpose of life taught in Buddhism, which is to attain true happiness. Why? Because we all want that. Okay? So, then, why should we hurry to do this? Why should we hurry? Because Buddhism encourages to do this quickly. So the answer is, first, nothing is more important. The only way to attain happiness. So the only true way to attain true happiness is by listening to Buddhism and attaining enlightenment. Alright? Other things are just going to provide you some kind of happiness that will not stay with you, sadly. That's the situation. And then the second point is, why should we hurry? Because of the wind of impermanence. This is a way of saying death. We don't know how much time we have left. So we cannot say, I have decades to go, so I will do this, very important, Buddhism, I will do this somewhere in the future. But the truth is, we don't know if something may happen to us before we really start listening to Buddhism. So we should hurry and attain this true happiness quickly, and then do anything else you need to do, right? So then, why is it difficult? We are made of worldly passions. We have desires, we want to have fun. This makes difficult for us to listen to Buddhism. We are made of worldly passions. We are emotional beings. Oh, I don't have enough time. What should we do? Continue to listen to Buddhism. I will explain